Hello and good morning. Now, nothing beats the rise of the sun every morning. It kind of spells out the beginning of a bright new day. We have to welcome you to the Tuesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria. Now, this is the #1 breakfast show on Nigerian TV, and this is the perfect opportunity, to give you the opportunity to focus, to be productive, being a Tuesday. There are some who say that Tuesday is the most productive day of the week because on Monday you're still just, gearing up to start the week, and hopefully we can be a part of that process. We, every weekday, Monday through Friday, choose the pain of discipline. That's why we're here bright and early to ensure that you have a great morning with us. And as always, with every show, the edition is carefully curated just for you. My name is Titilayo Onyinson. Now remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV. You can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app, which you can download from Google Play or iOS. You're probably watching us on GOTV right now, channel 16 if you need to find it. And on UHF, we're on channel 49. When it comes to StarTimes, check 121. Hopefully you're following us already. The social media handles are very simple. It's at TVC Entertainment _ for Twitter, for Facebook, for TikTok, and of course, Instagram. Now, for what we have on today's show, quite a bit on Tuesdays. The amazing Aderonke Fashiru is back, and she's going to be talking to us on our parenting segment. She is a professional dedicated to empowering individuals. She's honed her expertise in soft skills development, focusing on etiquette, emotional intelligence, leadership, and so much more. It's going to be a really interesting conversation as we talk about developmental milestones in growing children. And on our health segment this morning, we're going to be getting a little bit deeper when it comes to wellness with our wellness coach, talking about Rami from the Happiness Center. He's a distinguished senior faculty at the Art of Living Institution, and he has over 2 decades involving himself in the organization as a catalyst for profound transformation of countless individuals. Today, we're going to talk about the tools for emotional independence, and that should be an interesting conversation. Nana Aishat, whose real name is Abdulaziz Aishat, is an Islamic singer, songwriter, and her latest single, Iwani, currently has millions of views. She's steadily building an amazing, solid fan base, and we can't wait to see her performance. And then we're going to take a quick dive into Nollywood. We have a Nollywood actor joining us right here on the couch. Have you guessed who he is? His name is Kevin Mike. He's been in some amazing feature films, and it's going to be a really interesting conversation you don't want to miss. All right.
So fixing my lipstick.
Yeah. So those lips are popping, I have to say.
Yeah, I know.
That's the right
they say
color.
it's too early in the morning or it's too early in the week to use a red lipstick, but hey.
Seriously? Is that a thing, though?
Yeah, I should think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever too early to look absolutely fabulous, which
I don't think so too. Thank you. How are you, Titi?
I'm good.
I was going to reach out to you, actually.
Oh, really?
I think that was yesterday because I had a very busy weekend.
Oh, okay.
But
you
then
sure?
I got too tired.
Okay, well, I noticed that it's AMVCA season. The nominations are out.
Yeah,
a lot of posts going online. All the actors and directors and writers putting on their pages.
Yeah,
the nominations.
we have a few of them coming on the show this week. I know that Xavier Igoroje, he's a scriptwriter for Shantytown.
Okay, yeah.
And a host of other movies. He was nominated in the writers category. Also, there has been a controversy around why Chimezie Imo, who was one of the lead actors for Breath of Life, why he wasn't nominated.
So that's the younger actor.
Yes, that was a younger actor.
He's also nominated with, what is it, Wale or Wale Ojo?
No, he acted. He starred alongside Wale Ojo, but he wasn't nominated at all.
Aww.
Yes, so, but Breath of Life had over 11 nominations across different categories. I mean, thumbs up to Breath of Life. Was one of the best movies last year. And thumbs up also to Echo, because I mean, she's the executive producer for the movie. Ecuador, yes. So congratulations to all the winners. So yeah, there was a long nominees. Nominees. So it was a long list of some people I know, some people I do not know. Seun Kentebe in Ewura was also nominated for the Ewura movie series was nominated as well.
Fun story.
What?
One of the first times I ever saw a script, Seun Kentebe was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I think
long time ago in Unilag, we used to write scripts with our hands, and he was right there when we wrote one of the first scripts for Twilight Zone back in the day. And he's just always been such a solid figure in the industry. I'm so proud. The nomination makes me want.
And also Omanu was his movie, his short film, A Place Called Forward, was also nominated as well. So I'm really proud of my guys. A few of them were nominated. So
we are the awards.
We are rooting for them and hoping that they win the season. Also, yesterday, police raided Sean Combs' house, PDD.
Oh, wow. You know what? I think we have to pause and talk about that one later on in the future. Good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Thanks for joining us. Now, practitioners in the film industry have been reliving their memorable moments watching late actor Amechi Monago on their screens in the growing days of Nollywood. The beloved actor, renowned for his comic roles, succumbed to complications from kidney failure, enduring the grueling routine of dialysis in his final days. TVC News senior reporter Theophilus Elama has more.
Right here.
Amechi Monago was a Nigerian veteran actor, producer, and comedian. Born in Obosi, Anambra State, he joined the Nigerian movie industry, Nollywood, in 1998 and starred in many movies. His impact and influence in the sector was obvious to many, who refer to him as one of those who shaped the industry to the height it has attained.
So how was your trip?
At the news of his death, fans took to social media to mourn the passing of the actor known for his comical roles on screen. He passed away after a protracted battle with kidney disease.
He is one veteran that I've been honored to have worked alongside last year for a star-studded set. And I mean, losing two veterans in 1 month, Mr. Ibu and Amechi Monago, is truly heart-wrenching for the industry.
This is a man that brought smiles on our faces. We've lost, it's sad that we keep losing Nollywood legends, veteran Nollywood legends, but the Almighty always has a plan and He knows the reason why everything is happening. I just want to say condolences to his family and to everyone that that has been part of his journey.
Meanwhile, a social commentator, Maurice Moye, via his X handle while mourning the actor, said help was raised to assist the disease as he battled with health issues. The news of his demise came a few days after a viral video where the actor solicited funds to help him have a kidney transplant.
It's so unfortunate that this generation is slowly wiping out, and is a cause for concern for us all. It's not like all of us will not die someday, but I feel that there should be better attention given to our elderly veterans.
I'm not feeling too good about this situation right now. He's one of those icons, one of those big legends that we grew up watching. He's one of those pace setters. Uncle Andy, may God rest your soul. I love you so much. I love your contribution so far. And God in His infinite mercy will make sure your path is well tailored.
His death is coming even as Nigerians are yet to get past the death of Nollywood actor John Okafor, better known as Mr. Ibu, who recently died. Monago, a native of Ndemili in Anambra State, was born in August 20, 1962.
And now to Plateau State, where 6 people are confirmed to have lost their lives following a violent clash between 2 communities in Langtang North and Mikang Council areas of Plateau. The Commissioner of Information in the state, Musa Ashoms, who confirmed the situation to journalists in the state capital, says the clash erupted as a result of long-standing land disputes during, or rather between, two communities in Langtang North and Mikang local government areas. Houses and many other property were destroyed following the clash.
People pick up arms against brothers and sisters, and unfortunately we lost 6 persons, and we have about 30 persons who are badly injured, and about 40 houses were touched and food bans were raised. So it's quite unfortunate. It happened because of land disputes. Where you have common boundaries, you find people having such issues. Not long ago, you heard about the 16 soldiers, they were killed in Ugeli South in Delta State when two communities had a friction. But once we have friction, the best way to resolve it is not to take up arms. So as a government, we frown against it. We think that it's barbaric, it is uncalled for, it is an issue that would have been resolved.
Senegal's former Prime Minister Amadou Ba has congratulated rival opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye for winning the presidential election. Results trickling in since polls closed on Sunday evening in the first round of delayed presidential election suggested Faye, 44, may have clinched an outright majority. The trends announced on media sparked street celebrations by his supporters in the capital, Dakar. Ruling coalition candidate Ba, 62, initially called these celebrations premature and said a runoff vote would be needed to determine the winner. But he then called Faye on Monday to offer his congratulations. A government spokesperson told journalists Senegal's outgoing president Macky Sall also congratulated opposition candidate Faye for his successor on Monday, hailing a victory for Senegalese democracy. The polls followed 3 years of political turbulence that sparked violent anti-government protests that buoyed support for the opposition. And that's all we have on the news for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. But we still have loads more. Don't go anywhere too far.
Good morning, guys. Sorry for coming in a bit late. It was due to circumstances beyond my control.
Did those circumstances include a
Just keep quiet.
Wow.
I love this. I love what you're wearing.
Thank you, Mike.
Everything is going fashionable. It looks like, you know those.
It's like a sack.
Yes, those older sacks. So then when I was in secondary school, this was a sack we used to carry beans. I don't know
Yeah.
if it still comes in this kind of
No,
brown
it
sack.
doesn't.
No.
It
But
doesn't.
then, so because we used to buy, when you buy food for students, so the bags were very big. It's not like this white one. So for the very large one, it has to be brown sacks.
Yeah.
Stronger, bigger
Yeah.
one. So it's this kind of sack. So you just took me back.
Mike, I'm not wearing a sack.
No.
But come on, it's fashion.
Yes,
Fashion
it
these
is
days,
fashion.
almost anything goes. But yeah, good morning, guys.
Yeah.
On my way here, I heard something quite interesting. It was a two-pronged discussion and all of that, back and forth. And a boyfriend, made received 5 million.
Received it from where?
He worked or something.
Okay. Like a business deal.
Big business or whatever. Received 5 million.
Okay.
And the girlfriend knew about the money, which I would say, okay, many guys don't. And this is his girlfriend, it's not even a wife.
Okay, so
And
many
then-
guys don't share.
Yeah, don't share that kind of information. In fact, for me, I feel, well,
It shouldn't have divulged.
no, divulging is not a problem. You
divulge
can, but I feel like it should be,
information.
I don't know, there should be some sort of balance in some ways. But then, the story goes on that he gave her 100K.
Okay.
And she is like, why 100K? I mean, it was 5 million.
Okay.
So I heard Ella and this discussion all just on my way here. I said, why you made 5 million? I mean, 2 million is not a bad idea.
Wait.
For a girlfriend.
2
I mean,
million?
you made 5 million. 100K is not even up to a tithe. The tithe
okay.
is 500K.
Okay, so
200K is not even up to 1/10 of the money.
what's the justification for?
Exactly. And so that's the discussion now. As a girlfriend, why does she have to lay claim? Did they make the money together? Why does she have to lay claim to such to whatever or anything? And then, but there's that talk that look, as a girlfriend, you're preparing for marriage, as it were. You're probably courting and all of that. So, if you know, if you were married or something, if you're preparing for it, so maybe it shows how the thing will be. You know, maybe if he makes 5 billion, you give me give me 1 million. Like it has increased or something. Like it will show how it will be. So that's the point. Does she have an
entitlement?
Or yes, you know, should that be?
Does she feel entitled to the money?
So I want to put it from this perspective now. So if maybe it was a particular job that he had sleepless nights over, you know, she was keeping him warm, keeping him focused,
supporting him,
encouraging him, supporting
physical
him,
support, emotional support.
Exactly.
Maybe when he's working at night, she just comes.
Yes,
hey, darling,
baby,
how
exactly.
you doing? Can I get you a cup of coffee? Can I get you a cup of?
Are we still talking about this topic?
Yes.
Are we still talking about?
And then the most important support, prayer.
That's a hair, so that it works. I should be fasting and praying.
Because the money could have hooked in the bank.
Yes.
You know, it didn't hook. So it entered the account.
She could have been praying every of my boyfriend's hanging benefits.
Yeah.
Be released by fire.
Yes.
Wow.
She has been kabashing.
Who knows that
and
she
you
used
not
a
give
bit
her
of shaker?
No, do you know the funny thing?
She might have used a bit of shaker to release that money. Because a bit of shaker is the reason dollar is down.
Yes, now.
I hope you know that.
So men, be wise.
Do you even know whether she was the girl? She was the one with the accent on the phone.
Yes, no.
If it was a
no good there. So you know, from but I like that you can look at different ways. But the point is that whichever way, in what ways can she be entitled to that amount? So we're looking at ways in which she can say she's entitled, because if she is a support system, then she should have.
Yes, she is definitely a support system.
But then what if she is not? What if she was not?
Okay, in a case where she did not in any way contribute to the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, yeah. If she did not contribute in any of these, you know, areas, she has no entitlement.
But then
she has no rights to feel entitled.
But she shouldn't be your
to
girlfriend
those monies.
now if she didn't support you in that way in the first place.
Exactly.
As soon as you collected that 5 M, you might as well have just broken up.
Yeah.
Because the same person that prayed for you to get that 5 million will pray for it to disappear.
You see, for me though, with a girlfriend,
it is talking from experience.
Yeah, with a girlfriend, it's a little bit dicey because legally you don't have any. You are still single.
Sure.
There's nothing to bind you together. There's nothing to. With a wife is a bit different. You understand? Because I think that for many men who manage finances and all of that, especially when children are involved and all of that, there's a lot that happens if perchance the man, which happens most of the time, where the man gets a pass on before the lady, and then you have a lot of issues of monies that you don't know what happened and all of that. And then in the case of a woman, if there are children, does she know how to handle money or manage money? So in a case of a spouse where there is that legal, there's a binding legality and all of that, there, where by that I mean there is a wife, I feel like, look.
She has the right to feel entitled.
So the truth is, the dating situation of 2024 is definitely different from what it was like 5-10 years ago. Right now, if you're actually properly dating someone, you are probably budgeting together, planning a whole life together, probably even living together in many cases.
True.
And some of the bills might have already even fallen to her, and she's probably taken. This is all speculation, obviously.
Yeah, very true.
And it's all about appreciation, really, and making her feel like she's part of your world. Now, 2 million is, in my opinion, is a lot. I won't lie. And in terms
40%.
of percent, that's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
That's a business partner kind of percentage. But if it was 100K, it's like a slap on the face.
So what would be okay for you if you were a girlfriend? Your boyfriend made that kind of money. What do you think would be enough for you? Let's say you didn't contribute like that, but as a girlfriend, supporting girlfriend.
5 million.
Well, to be honest, I have no right to feel entitled to that money, especially because, yes, I have no right to feel entitled to it.
Okay.
Let's not also forget that this guy has he has family members, probably has parents, probably has siblings. We don't even know if he's even paying for anybody's school fees. We don't even know if he's not just the only person, you know, we don't even know if he's sharing that money with other people.
So that girl,
understand?
100K might have probably tried.
Exactly. He
100K.
might have even tried,
Yes.
to have given me
It's almost too much.
We don't know
So I'm
if
giving
he
that 10K.
actually had to settle other people that were also a part of that business
Wow,
deal.
whoa.
So
Okay.
as a girlfriend, you actually have no rights, but to those monies. Also, it also even further pushes that narrative that we ladies are more transactional in our relationships, and we need to change that mindset.
So if she was the one that received that 5M and she decided to give him 10%, 500K, just as a gift, baby, take, would you refuse?
Why would I refuse?
Aha.
But I wouldn't lay. I cannot. The way I was.
There are
brought
some
up,
men that make demands
never-
on such monies.
I
When
can
women
never
get
lay
monies.
claim. And let me tell you something. A lot of men feel like that. That by the time you start receiving something from a woman, you feel somehow. Not everybody. You feel.
Well,
So men are comfortable with it.
very comfortable.
That's
They
where
will
it is
even
that
they will
the
instruct
age
you on
we
how
are,
to spend that
as a
5 million.
millennial, I mean, as a
And guess
millennial,
what?
most of the people I had around me.
If she tries to
really feel
spend
that
that
way.
money on something and he doesn't agree,
Anyways, right.
we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Women, I feel like we actually, girlfriends do better.
Yeah.
But hey, if you've been in this situation, if you can totally relate with it, let us know on all our socials at TVC Entertainment _. Remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We're going to quick break. The show continues.
All right, then it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. And as they're loading right now, we'd love for you to join us online. If you're not watching right now, you could, if you need to move around rather, you could use our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv. And of course, we're streaming live on YouTube presently. And that's just search for TVC Entertainment. All right, with us we have the Punch newspaper. And we're going to start with the Punch with Mike. How's it going, Mike? Mike?
I'm working on my smile.
Yeah.
How that? Is
It's
it
a very
good enough?
punchy smile, I have to say.
Yeah, great.
All right, then. All right, so I'm just trying to activate the tech here. Let me take the remote. But Mike.
Let's go Punch here.
Yeah,
FG contacts Interpol. Soldiers held over detainees escape. This is, when this story broke out, quite a very sad and laughable situation, considering what the charges that these people are being held for. Fleeing crypto guru holds British and Kenyan nationalities, escaped via Middle East airliner, NSA office, and escape shocks security agencies, detained soldiers risk disciplinary action, Binance supports probe. This is just funny. How can, it's almost like a national investigation is all going on. The DS, like our highest security setup, it is laughable. It is laughable. And this person was kept in a guest house in the first place or whatever, in something that heads should roll. This is unacceptable. How can? I mean, a lot of people are, you now see how fun Nigerians can be. You now have heard stuff about how, the Naira is gaining against the dollar. It's not good for business. I'm like, what? How does that in any way? It shows just how much people have hedged their way or put their way. They've gone to the other side of the divide, and it's so funny. So my point is that this person is being held. The Binance has been held as an avenue where a lot of funds have been used to support or finance terrorism and all of that. And Binance, as a body, are saying that they welcome the probe, because that's how it's supposed to happen. And then a high-ranking officer who was held, and we know it's sad. It's sad.
Okay, so
there's no reason, there is no justification. No.
Nobody is
because
making a
now,
justification.
how do they know where and how the person moved? That means the sabotage is just something else.
Okay, so now the truth is, if you consider
wrap my head around it.
If you consider the situation like it was the head of a bank, and this happened, it's very similar to what has happened in the banking industry in previous years. And in the end, when money is involved, there are a lot of different questions that you might not be able to answer. Now we're moving on with the Punch here. It says here, Ondo farmers protest alleged farmlands takeover by Chinese firm. It also says here, Kaduna hosts freed pupils, 28 kidnapped in fresh attack. Nigerians may spend over 725 billion naira on 2024 Hajj. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Okay.
We have the Vanguard newspaper here. It says here, NSA launches global manhunt as Binance official flees custody. And it's similar to the headline in the last paper we looked at. It says also at the top here, CBN slashes BDC exchange rate to 1,270 per dollar. How Nigeria saved 300 billion naira on second Niger bridge bypass design, according to Umahi. And the NGE expresses concern over growing insecurity. Mike, do you have any stories that stand out for you there on the cover of the Vanguard?
Well, of course, the major story is still the issue about the Binance chief, the Binance official, and all of that. We can see a picture story there. I don't know why these kids were given Ashwebi.
Wow.
That's what we can see there. I don't know why they are all in, okay, well, maybe it's, well, they're in the same school, so maybe it's school uniform. But the federal government has denied paying any ransom, as it were, for the release of these kids. So that is the story that we have here. And just below that, we see Finidi Eyes back-to-back wins as Super Eagles face Mali in Marrakesh. That's talking about the second match of the international friendlies. And, well, okay.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's it, basically, on the Vanguard.
We have the Daily Independent here with us as well. It says here, federal government denies paying ransom to free 137 Kaduna school children, says security agencies questioning Gumi on bandits' activities. Story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 28. It says here, Tinubu OK's infrastructure fund to fast-track project development. FEC approves 2% quota investment fund for youth. It also says here, Zulum names 168 aides, 104 chairmen, board members of agencies and commissions. Page 7 has more on that story. TET Fund doles out 23 billion naira for research funding across Nigeria. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent.
Okay, and the Guardian here, vandalism of 117 power towers cost 12.8 billion naira, threatens 7 billion naira loan. That's electricity assets. That's the kicker above that particular headline. That's what it says. Vandalization of electricity transmission line between January 2022 and March 2024. And we can see all of that. 117 transmission towers vandalized in 26 months. TCN spent 110 million naira to fix each tower. Over $7 billion borrowed to fix transmission infrastructure. TCN completed 105 projects between 2015 and 2020. Poor wheeling capacity, grid collapse, keep supply below 4,500 megawatts. We can't be spending all this much. When you say to fix infrastructure, $7 billion, I don't know what, what I know about this, a few more billions to that, you could set up an grid that can take up an entire nation and set it up and maintain it. Well, I don't know. These figures are quite...
well, honestly speaking, because we're not experts, we can't exactly say exactly where these funds are going into. But there is an infographic here talking about 117 transmission towers being vandalized in 26 months. That's about 2 years or more. Poor wheeling capacity, grid collapse, keeps supply below 4,500 megawatts. Now, without the repair of these vandalized transmission towers, we might not be able to go beyond 4,500 megawatts. TCN,
in a country where someone received money for one street light, and that particular one street light was into hundreds of millions. So you can imagine where, I mean, we are used to padding, as it were. So when you look at situations like this, and look at the project in Abia State, how much did it cost? It's not even up to $1 billion, and that is taking care of this thing. Well, let's just
when it comes to outdated infrastructure, bringing it up to date costs these are renewing or refreshing.
Loopholes where padding and people are a lot of monies that are not accounted for, just flowing, and we're just throwing figures out there. When we can become more accountable as a people, when people, as it were, when people no longer pad budgets, as it were, then maybe we could start saying that we're on our way to getting better as a nation.
All right. At this point, we have to head over to the kitchen. We are wrapping it up on the headlines and the dailies, but we would love to hear your thoughts and get them via social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us Wake Up Nigeria TVCE. All right then, MM and our chef are on standby.
Welcome to the kitchen. Yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Dunas. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. So you were here with us on the show yesterday and you decided, you know what, I love the Wake Up Nigeria show so much. I'm going to be back. And this morning, guys, she is making her custom-made native rice, right?
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay.
Run through the ingredients.
This is Duna spice. I made this spice myself.
Okay.
Then this is Cameroon pepper.
Okay.
Then I have my crayfish. Then I have this is another special spice.
Made by you.
Made by me. You need to see what's the outcome of this. You need to perceive it. Don't wait to taste the food. This is my stock water. Then this is salt,
Okay.
seasoning, the rice, the pepper, blended, then the iru, then my palm oil. Here I have my saint leaf and ugu leaf. Then I have my dry fish, then the orishirishi meat. Here I have goat meat and with a little bit of assorted
Wow.
with cow leg.
Wow. You forgot to mention the tasache and the chili pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So all of this ingredients, all of this is going into
Everything
the
is
native
going into
rice.
the native rice, yeah.
Now, I can't stop looking at this bowl over here because it's packing on a lot of proteins. So in here we have stock meats, we have cow legs, we have shaki, right?
Yes.
I'm seeing shaki, goat's meat, assorted. Hey, this native rice has definitely been out of this country. Not sure what country yet, but over time we'll communicate that to you. Okay, so we have Chef Dunas in the kitchen and she's making Dunas special native rice. Super excited about this because, I mean, it's not every day we get to make native rice, right? Because we are all used to rice and stew. When was the last time you had native rice? Let us know on all our social media pages at TVC Entertainment _. Do not forget to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. So let's get cooking. What are we starting with?
So now I've washed the pot and put it on fire to dry.
Okay.
So now I'm adding my palm oil in it.
That's good palm oil. It's so translucent. I love it. Ooh, look at that. And it's the color as well. There's something about it so clear. Okay, nice. Is this all the palm oil you're using?
Yeah, that's palm oil. The palm
Okay.
oil that I'm
So what else are we? Is going into?
Oh, this spice.
Okay. All right. So we have our big bowl of rice here. It's finally come out. Is it parboiled? It looks parboiled.
yeah.
Okay. So our rice has already been parboiled. So we're just going to put this over here because I mean, hey, we've started cooking.
So Duna's spice is going into the.
Okay. Do you want to tell us what ingredients you used for the spice?
That is my special spice.
Okay. So
I can
it's
tell you a few of
another
it.
secret. Okay. Kindly share.
I have ginger.
Okay.
I have parsley.
Parsley. Okay.
And etc.
And etc. And etc.
If you want to know more about it, you can come to Duna's Culinary School.
Oh, where's
to
that?
get the secret.
Where's your culinary school?
Koshofe in Yano School.
Okay, so I'm sure, guys, if you're interested in, being a part of our culinary school, you have our socials, right there on the screen. Okay, guys, so if you're just joining us, with me in the kitchen is Chef Dunas, and she is making Dunas special native rice. Yes, on the screen right there are the ingredients. If you missed out on them earlier on, we have our red bell peppers, we have our tatashi, shombo, cayenne pepper, that's atarodo. We have our rice, which has already been parboiled. We have our meat stock. We have water, of course. I mean, that's a must-have, right? Ephirine leaves, smoked fish, iru, crayfish, salt, seasoning, Cameroon pepper, meat, cow legs, palm oil. So for our protein this morning, we are using an array of assorted meats, from cow leg to goat meat to, you know, all sorts, to shaki. Well, more. Is that more in here?
Yes.
Oh, right, great. Okay, so that's a lot of iru. Wow, it's a lot of iru. Okay, guys, so we'll go on a quick break now. So much to go in right here in the kitchen, but we're not doing this without you. We'll be right back shortly. We need you to stay with us.
Welcome back. It's time for our parenting segment right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And the one and only Aderunke Fasheru is back. Now, she is a seasoned professional dedicated to empowering individuals. She's honed her experience in soft skills development, focusing on etiquette, emotional intelligence, and leadership. Now, her books reflect her passion for guiding individuals towards their true leadership potential. Today, we're going to be talking about developmental milestones in growing children. So when we say milestones in general language, sometimes we're thinking birthdays. Oh, my baby is 1, my baby is 5, my baby is 10, my baby is 16, my baby is 18, 21.
Okay.
No longer a baby, but you understand what I mean.
I do.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much, Titi, and you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
As
Thank you
usual.
very much. I love your outfit too.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about these milestones now.
Okay.
Everyone has milestones in their lives, but what do these milestones mean to the children themselves? Because the parents always think of it from the parental side.
Okay. Thank you one more time for inviting me. I've enjoyed the last 3 weeks, and when I remember today's the last day, I was like, oh God. Okay, so I might not be responding to your question in the usual way, because when we hear milestones, we assume at what point should my child be crawling, at what point should I register my child in a school, when should my child be able to sit down. Those ones are, like, I would say physical, but they're not even, or maybe psychomotive, because the use of the body, use of essential parts of the body. And then we have the cognitive one. That's the one most parents love. Is my child coming first? Did he get 100? Why did this child get 89? Why not 90? And we're wondering, why did your child get 89? You know, so most parents like the cognitive part. But today, I'd like us to dwell on the affective domain, because I believe we don't pay a lot of attention to it, and that's why most adults are successful but not responsible. Because there's a huge difference between being successful and being responsible. So everything doesn't start and end with having good grades. You've got to understand how to express yourself in a way that people are safe around you. So I want us to talk about the affective domain today, the developmental milestones in the affective domain. What the affective domain means, feelings, that's the part of the child.
So the emotional
character milestones.
Character milestones.
Yes, please. And then response. So it's actually in stages. Like you have the cognitive part, academic, psychomotive. All of them are in stages. But for the affective domain, it also grows. So attitude can grow.
So I'm thinking about it from this point of view. Now, there are some babies that cry excessively.
Yes, please.
And cry very energetically. And at that point, when they're still in your arms and they're not really crawling yet, you don't consider emotions like anger, right, or sadness. You just think of hungry, not hungry, and happy, because the baby smiles when the baby is happy. So I'm thinking about emotions like anger, disappointment. You know, maybe they want mommy to carry them, and mommy is not available to carry them, and they are disappointed, so they cry. Right? So when we talk about emotional milestones, now I'm saying, when you break it down that way, when should we expect to understand or be able to differentiate between all these emotional
all the feelings? Okay, so when a child is born or a baby is born, I would say the way we monitor physical growth, that's how their emotions also grow. So it's true that they also experience different kinds of feelings, even when they are unable to talk and express themselves, but they experience these feelings because the affective domain starts from a point of recognition or receiving. So it's important that at that stage we're able to recognize that this is what this child wants, this is what this means, and as they grow older, we're able to help them with their emotions. So when you teach them to recognize, to receive, they grow into expressing themselves. So from recognition, you move into appreciation. You know, sorry, I want to take you into the story. So I met a friend of mine who's about 70. He used to work with me before. And I found out that he's still in Lagos. At a point, he was working with me. He said he wanted to retire, leave Lagos. So he's still here. So I saw him and I said, Papa, why are you still here? He said, oh, if I go back, what would I eat? I said, but you have children, don't you? He said, oh yeah, I have children, I have 4. Then I was wondering, are they working? Are they at home? He said, yes, they are working, they are married. So why do you have to do so much? Why are you talking about laying a foundation at this age? He said, if I don't do it, what would I eat? What will happen to my wife? I mean, my children still depend on me. And I felt there was something wrong with that. So I looked at him and said, can we go past now with this conversation? Say, yeah. I said, did you train your children? And he said, yes, they are all graduates. So I was then asking myself that, so this theory, I wish I can open a system where everybody pays more attention into the affective domain as against the cognitive domain, so that children understand how to give back. Children understand how to show gratitude. Children understand how to empathy and also responsibility. Yeah, we assume a lot in this country. And I feel it's because people do this, look after my child. I feel for people who believe, just look after my child. I have a housemaid. Can those people actually, nannies, can they raise your children? That's what happens.
So the nannies just take care of the day-to-day, make sure that the children look all presentable.
Yes.
But what's going on inside, mentally, in their hearts, managing emotions, nannies can't do that.
No, they can't.
So at what age do you believe parents should really take a pause and focus on building this emotional intelligence with their children?
As soon as the children are born, there has to be a plan. There has to be a plan. I mean, as soon as children can express themselves, there are salient things they should be taught. Children should be taught to understand no. I mean, no is not a problem. Children should be made to cry. Don't let him cry. Don't let him do this. Don't let my child feel bad. Someone will say to me, every time I hear my daughter cries in school, and then we just wonder, your daughter will have concerns with her friends. She would cry. And that does not mean the friends are bad.
It's a natural emotion.
A natural, I mean, let's get children to be expressive. So one day, I did something really crazy, and I did it because I needed to stop a particular action. I went online and I got an article that talked about a number of children who have been in juvenile. They've been there for about, since when they were about 7, 8, and some of them will serve life imprisonment. They'll be there all through. So when I tried to find out why they went there, all the children I read about went in for the same reason. They were all teased.
Wow.
They were teased. You have a big head, you have a big bum, you have this. All of them were teased. But
they were bullied.
Maybe bullied, maybe teased, maybe it wasn't up to a point of bullying. But they were never taught about responses.
One thing so there is also a nutritional challenge with children that don't understand the word no. A lot of parents are just always bending to the whims of their children. You see some children in supermarkets just picking whatever they want, and the parents just say yes, just to essentially keep them quiet. Them understanding the word no, understanding anger is a true emotion, disappointment is a true emotion, and having that experience with their parents is what we need to work on. And I have to say thank you so much for bringing this topic to light, because it is a deep one. Having a child crying is not good to your child. That's what I've said this thing too.
I know it's just fine. I know it's just fine.
I know it's just fine.
It's just fine.
You're helping to build, resilience in
your
this child when you say no. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So there are a few things you probably not said no to your child, and it's probably because maybe your parents did not even tell you no. Well, let's take a chill pill at this point and head back into the kitchen. is on standby.
Yes, if there's one of the things in this world that you never say no to, that's food. Who says no to food? especially good food. Yeah, I know, right? I know. All right, in the kitchen with me this morning is Chef Dunas. And this morning she's making her special native rice. Hi.
Can you perceive the aroma?
So let's run through the ingredients quickly. Tell us where you at. Let's go.
Okay. In here now, I have added my palm oil,
Okay.
crayfish, the iru, locust beans, the Duna spice,
And the blended
dry one, and
pepper.
the liquid one has been added. From the house, can you perceive?
I'm sure they can. Someone right now is drooling. Okay.
So now I'm going to add my Cameroon pepper.
Wow. Even as
Then
it
you allow the
is,
Cameroon.
it's quite hot. Really, really spicy. And now we're adding more spice to it. Okay. 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 So I see that you're frying the pepper.
Yeah, because I want it to be well cooked.
You want it to be well cooked. Great. So now for the blended pepper, what peppers did you use?
I use tatache. I use
Shombo.
shombo and rodo.
And rodo. That's pepper, chili pepper, and red bell peppers. Well,
Yeah, red bell.
So there's red bell peppers and then there's tatache, right? But we use tatache in this case, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So what's going on next? Ah, look at that. Looks really nice. Okay.
The assorted and the fish is
yes.
coming in now.
Going in. Ooh.
Can you see the cow leg?
Look at that. Look at all that protein, guys. Look at all that protein. Ah, Chef Dunas, when she comes big. And she also comes bearing so much love with her, because I would like to believe that. So much love in this pot. Ah. Chef Dunas, you're the real MVP. Yeah, she is the real MVP. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so now our dry fish is going into the pot. If you're just joining us and you're wondering, what's the hula baloo all about in the kitchen this morning? That's because we are making Duna's native rice. And on the screen right shortly, here it is, are the ingredients, guys. So grab your pen and paper and scribble them down. If this is something that you'd like to make, do not forget to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC when you come to us or when you tag us. So yeah, on our socials, guys. We are doing this for you, not just for ourselves. Remember that. So now our dried fish has gone into the pot. We are going to, fry it some more. Oh. And also, if you want to learn how to cook like this, guys, Chef Dunas has a culinary school. So right there on your screen, her social media page is going to pop up. You could just reach out to her on her social media page and register for her culinary school. Because, guys, if you're not cooking like this, I don't know what you're doing with your time. So right now, the big stock is going in. Well, we're going to a quick break, guys. It is the top of the hour, and there's still so much more we have for you. So don't go anywhere. The show continues shortly. Stay with us.
Hello and good morning. Now we remain a feel-good show, and it's all about great vibes in here. So if you enjoy the first hour, the next 45 minutes is guaranteed to leave a smile on your face. Welcome to the second hour of Wake Up Nigeria. Now we have to give you a little warning as we remain very addictive. We have an array of top-notch family entertainment coming your way, so be prepared. Now, there's something else you should be prepared for, something very tasty happening in the kitchen. Now, I have the amazing on standby in the kitchen with our chef, Chef Alice, I believe.
Yes, Chef Alice of Dunas Catering Services is here. What we call her Chef Dunas. And yes, our native rice is coming together. So now we're about to pour in our rice quickly. You want to show them? Ah, look at that. So our parboiled rice is going into the pot, and we're going to give it a good mix. And oh, nice. So excited about this breakfast recipe this morning. It's giving everything that it should give. Everything. Well done,
Spicy.
Well done. Well done.
Spicy, savory deliciousness happening in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen today. And now we have quite a lot to get to. Let me get to it. Now, my name is Titilayo Oyinson. Remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV. Watching us live is also extremely easy from absolutely anywhere across the world. We have our mobile app. It's available for download on Google Play and iOS. Now, when it comes to streaming live on YouTube, yeah, we're right there. Search for TVC Entertainment. And you're possibly watching us on GOTV right now, channel 16, or on UHF channel 49, or StarTimes 121. Hopefully you're following us on social media by now. If not, just search out TVC Entertainment _ or TVC Connect on X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, all of them. We're right there. It's all about wellness on our health segment, which is coming up very, very soon. The interesting Rami is back. He's an esteemed wellness coach, distinguished senior faculty member of the esteemed Art of Living Institution. Over 20 years working with this organization, he's served as a catalyst for profound transformation of countless individuals. We're going to be discussing tools for emotional independence today, and that should be an interesting one. We have a performance coming your way as well. Nana Aishat is ready to perform. Her real name is Abdulaziz Aishat, and she's an Islamic singer and songwriter. Now, her latest single, Iwani, currently has millions of views, and she's steadily building for herself a solid fan base. And then for our final guest, we have a deep dive into Nollywood. Actor and filmmaker Kevin Mike is going to be here. He's featured in movies like Dirty Little Unknown and, Dirty Little and Unknown Ghost and The Little Man, among others. He's one of those interesting people we are going to get to know right here on the couch.
Well, some people have used this as an avenue for recognition. Some have used it as an avenue to draw attention to a particular cause. Whichever way, people attempt world records. And we have one person here who has already attempted a world record and is putting together all he did, the logistics to ensure that that record is verified. Scratch Dr. Susie, right?
Yes, sir.
It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Scratch Dr. Susie is your stage name as
Yes,
an entertainer, not just as a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us about the attempts that you took on.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Talking about the attempt, DJing for 260 hours wasn't an easy one.
Okay, the attempt was to DJ for
260 hours.
260 hours. So you're trying to break the record for the longest
DJ marathon.
DJ marathon. What's the record now? What's the record now, first of all?
As of then, that should be 2000. I can't actually remember the actual date. In Poland, that's a DJ there, did for 200 hours.
For 200 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided to go for 260 so that...
No, not just going for the 260. Actually, in Nigeria before, we get to know about DJ Obi, who did for 230 hours. Then a lady in 2019 did for 240 hours. That's beating DJ Obi's own. So I don't have any other choice than to...
Beat her own. But does that lady have the official, who has the official record from Guinness?
Still looking at it from the Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
For now, not in Nigeria, it's still the person on 200 hours.
On 200 hours, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that means that for whatever record you attempt, you need to ensure that you keep to the rules and all
and
of that.
regulation.
Follow, But now, what are you doing at the moment? You said you're compiling the videos
I'm compiling my videos
Okay.
to send to them.
Before you started the attempt, did you reach out to them?
Yeah, I did my full registration, everything, and in which...
Did they respond to you?
Yeah.
Okay, what did they say when they responded?
They sent back the rules and regulation in which I'm meant to follow to break the record.
Break the record.
Yeah.
Okay. How well do you think you follow those rules and regulations well?
I did when I was myself, because playing for that long hour wasn't easy for me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why it's a marathon record.
Yeah,
I like
I did.
breaking marathon records. Although there are other records, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's a marathon record.
So I probably to about 5 to 6 days I did when I know my capability was still strong.
Okay.
I think I did. But for the remaining days, I started skipping, in which I'm not that too sure of myself as of
Okay,
that.
but you're still going to send in all
Yeah, I
those
will do that.
records. For those 5 days, how many hours are you sure of that you know that you kept to the rules? How many hours did you go for?
Probably for the 5 days, with my strength in which God by my side.
Yeah.
Every blessed day, I think I can. It wasn't that easy, sure.
You're doing 24 hours. 5 days will give you 120 hours. You understand? So, 5 days will give you 120 hours. If you go by 24.
Yeah.
Understand?
Okay.
Exactly.
From the 5 days, from the first 100 hours, my 100 hours was well completed. Very sure of that.
Yeah, you're sure of that.
Then looking at it from the next 100, probably I might skip about that 20. But I know it should not be above 20.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be above 20. Then the remaining wasn't myself anymore.
I understand. So that time it's not so easy. I mean, that's why it's a marathon and all of that. What made you decide to take on this attempt?
Well, this was one of the attempts since 2019. Just because of the COVID that happened, so I didn't get the registration. But
okay, you've always wanted to do it since 2019.
Yeah, since 2019. Okay. It was because of the COVID.
Okay.
Okay, what prompted me to the record? Well, looking at everything now, everybody wants fame, but I wasn't going there for the fame. I was trying to like bring out myself.
Okay.
From, although let me say, from where I'm, from my hood. From my hood, it's just kind of a big hood in which there are different DJs. So I needed a platform whereby I can just come out to reach out to other DJs and kind of let me be like an outstanding in my hood, like representing my other DJs also.
Okay, well, what hood is that?
Looking at it, that should be Oworo.
Oworo. Oh,
yes,
wonderful. Oworo. Oworo has, I think that's where Hermes also is from. Oworo, wonderful. Not just so far from us here. So, how long ago when did you complete your attempt?
That should be, I started 25, then 11 days should be, because February is not up to.
Okay, so but in this March, that's where you ended it and all of that. And so far, after this attempt, I know you have to take some time to recuperate and all of that. What has the response been to you? I mean, people were there. I'm sure people supported you and all of that. In this time so far, before verification from Guinness, how has the response been to your attempt?
Yeah, okay, let me start like this. From the look of things, that was when I registered, everybody was like, oh, this thing is a rampart something. This guy did not register. I didn't do all this. So I started uploading I started uploading my registration. After doing that, then some people called me to say, okay, let's talk about this. How are we going to figure this out? Okay, after speaking to them, the next reach out in which I got, that was the response, was, how are we going to sort this out? What are the things I'll need to put together to acquire this?
All right.
Okay, all what I needed was my team.
Okay.
After my team, then the support from my hood, first that's the Oworo Dejan.
Okay.
And like the king, that's Oba of Oworo, coming to support also.
Wonderful. All right. So here's cheers to you and wishing you the best. Hope the verification comes through and you get what you desire. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. Keep it up. Well done. All right. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We will be back after this.
It's our health segment, and this morning we are reeling in on emotional independence. Sorry, it's not a word that we use all the time, but it's very relevant and it's important. And of course, joining us in that discussion this morning is Ramanujam Muharuddin, widely known as, commonly known as Rami. He's an esteemed wellness coach and distinguished senior faculty at the esteemed Art of Living Institution. Over the course of 2 decades, his involvement with the organization has served as a catalyst for the profound transformation of countless individuals. And today, he will be discussing the tools for emotional independence. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you doing, Mary?
I'm fine.
So we're wrapping up our health segment this week with you. And well, since the beginning of this month, we've reeled in on mindfulness, meditation, and
Being in the moment.
Being in the moment. And today we're wrapping up with the tools for emotional independence.
Yes.
So first off, let us know what's the importance of emotional independence. Why is it important?
You know, society nurtures us in such a way that somewhere we are bound with all the connections we have. You know, be it friends, be it family, be it partners. And often what happens is, you know, when any of these relationships or connections break, it leaves people devastated, which is normal. I mean, it is normal that, you know, to be sad. But is there a way to bounce back quicker when such a thing happens? And especially in a place where, you know, we have so many connections, right? There are so many emotions connected to different people. But is there a space where we can come back to a space of being more calmer, more centered, so that when these connections change or where people move in and out of our lives, we are still ourselves. We don't lose what we are as people.
So let's sort of break it down, because someone watching right now is still sort of, you know, struggling to grapple on, you know, what you're trying to say here. But let's use a heartbreak, someone experiencing a heartbreak as an example. So because we are as humans, we tend to, you know, rely our emotions or the way we feel at a certain time is dependent on how people treat us.
Yes,
It's dependent on how people hurt us. It is dependent on people's relationship to us, at, you know, their behaviors or, you know, their attitudes, right? And we're often hurt by it. And so, for example, someone going through a heartbreak right now. So I just experienced a heartbreak. How do I, you know, get that emotional stability or that independence, you know, so that I am not, you know, too, you know, attached to the situation or that had happened or the incident as it happened?
So you know, heartbreak is very difficult for anyone, be it a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
And however difficult it may sound, acceptance is the first step.
Accepting of the situation.
Accepting the situation and the fact that the person has moved on, or the situation has changed.
Okay.
Then if we, you know, once we accept, what happens, the mind calms down a little. The next step would be, how can we make it work to our advantage? You know, sometimes people come into our life to teach us what we don't want also. If you look at the different relationships that we have, what we are in a relationship today depends a lot on what we have learned when we have been with different people.
True.
Not necessarily partners.
Yeah.
It can be,
different
like
people.
I said, just different people.
Yeah.
So the second step would be, how can we make it work to our advantage? You know, when we, suppose if we journal it or we contemplate on it. And third step would be having a slightly bigger vision, using that event, you know, to broaden our vision in life. Does life want me to do something bigger? So it can be getting involved in a service project, helping others. When we are heartbroken, if we look at people around us, just being grateful for what we have. If you see people, there are people who are worse off in relationships than even what you might have been experiencing at that time. It is very difficult, though. This is not easy.
Exactly.
So again, you know, doing some breathing exercises, a little meditation during these times also helps a lot.
Okay. Now let's reel in on something a little more relatable. This is something that happens to our everyday life, right? Someone does something that really hurts you, or someone, you know, maybe you get into an argument with someone that wasn't, you know, intentional. It just happened. How do you reel into the moment?
You know, the more you practice being calm, the more we are able to communicate clearly as well.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel, you know, we are pressured to let go of our boundaries with people, especially with society. You know, we are very hesitant. Sometimes we look to please people, so we don't set our boundaries exactly where we want them to be.
Okay.
Now, sometimes our arguments are just because someone has invaded our space, or maybe we did not like something, but Yet, society has trained us in such a way that we tend to let that happen. So maybe somewhere if we know how to define our boundaries better also, it gives us more clarity, it empowers us, right, as people.
Okay, okay. Knowing our boundaries, okay. Now let's talk about, accepting the situation that just happened, because I mean, what you're saying is quite difficult. It's very, very, very difficult. And we know how our emotions are connected to our physical body, and, sometimes how we react, sort of affects us, affects our health, affects, how we, well, other than, how we see things, it mostly affects our physical health. So talk us through, you talked about the breathing exercises, and I know that throughout this month you have, taught us different, breathing techniques. But for the benefit of someone watching right now who hasn't, been, privy to this, knowledge, talk us through it. Just, take us through, this exercise. Just, to
Okay. Okay. So one tip for people who go through a lot of emotions, any emotion, no matter how intense, lasts for 56 hours in the body. Every
56 hours.
hours.
Okay.
After 56 hours, all the emotions change. So if you're feeling very heavy at the moment, just be a little patient.
Okay.
Just 56 hours and you'll notice that emotion would have moved on.
56 hours. That's more than 3 days.
Yes, more than 3 days. It depends on the intensity of the emotion. If it's something lighter, then you move on quicker. But something very intense, know that the most intense of emotions changes every 56 hours.
Okay, so what can we do to make it quicker?
Yes. So being calmer also is a practice. The way a soldier is trained to fight, but he is also trained to be calm internally.
Okay.
So similarly, the way we interact with the world, we also have to train our minds to be calm, to be more centered. So breathe, like I shared the last time, simply just breathing. Do some deep breathing in the morning when you wake up. Do some stretching, let your body move, let your lungs expand. Do some box breathing. Or a very effective tool is alternate nostril breathing. You can just Google it. There are so many videos that are there on it. It simply involves closing one nostril, breathing from the right, then closing your right, breathing out from the left, and in from the left and out from the right.
Yeah.
Just 5 or 6 rounds of this, and you'll realize that your mind calms down, your system calms down, and it gives you the breather to be able to accept quicker and bounce back into the person you are and be stronger.
Aha. Thank you so much, Rami. This has been a very insightful conversation. I'm sure someone learning right now, as you're about to step out of your home, and if you just had a quick argument with someone, or someone has done something that has hurt you, and then you're holding on to that emotion, waiting to give it to that person, remember, just like Rami said, accept the situation, then be grateful, show gratitude, right? And then
some wisdom.
Yeah, show some wisdom. Do some act of service to someone today, right? And that helps you to, to get out of that emotion quicker. And then before you know it, you're, handling and dealing with that, situation in a better and more emotionally intelligent way, right?
Yeah, and also anger also, for example. There's a difference between being angry and showing anger. So showing anger is the way the mother shouts as a child. So she's not angry from inside. It's just a voice that is, you are a mother, like you know how you...
Yeah.
So you're just using your voice to that effect.
Yes.
So if we can come to that space where we are communicating what is needed, maybe showing a little anger when needed. So, those boundaries are drawn and you are more emotionally strong and you are in that space where, you're more comfortable and you are more empowered.
Thank you so much, Rami. This month has been very, very, very insightful, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rami.
Welcome back. Now let's take a quick dive into the world of Nollywood. Kevin Mike is here. He's also known as K Mike Nolly TV, right? K Mike Nolly. Right? That's how they know you, K Mike Nolly. Now, if you've not seen some of his movies on YouTube, you should check them out. He's featured in some amazing movies. Dirty Little, Unknown Ghost, The Little Man, among many others. This is someone who has been working since the times when the huge names like Teko Benson, Tunde Kelani were rocking the screens and the stage. It's great to have you here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
I just exposed your age.
I'm an old man.
But you look amazing, though. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Well done on what you're doing. Honestly, I went online just now. I'm like, wait, I need to go back and see. That was that movie? That was that movie? Now, we need to talk about some of your hits, like Unknown Ghost, which is taking everyone by storm. You need to talk to us about how that movie idea came to be.
That movie idea actually came, sometimes when I sit, I think.
Okay.
So Unknown Ghost came because I'm not one of the creators who just create stories because others are doing it.
Yeah.
I create because I want to create something different.
Okay.
So when I created Unknown Ghost with my friend Kunle Salawi, so when we created it, I looked at resorts in Nigeria. Which of the resorts can we shoot this movie?
Okay.
So I saw one in Uyo. I traveled. When I flew to Uyo, I checked their resort and others. I came back to Lagos. I came to pack everybody.
Wow.
I called, first of all, I gave Ruth Kadri. She said, okay. I said, no problem.
Okay.
Mary Lazarus came on board. We paid her. Uzo Arukwe came on board. He was paid. Clint the Drunk came on board.
Wow.
He was paid. Belinda Effa came on board. She was paid. Flash Boy. So we packed
everybody.
When we were shooting, I was receiving calls and calls. Why have you taken the whole artist? I said, calm down.
Okay. But tell us the plot of the story, Unknown Ghost. What was
Unknown Ghost, it's about a particular, we have these two sets of twins. I played the role actually. One died.
Okay.
And the other one worked in a role. The other one is working in a resort.
Okay.
So that one that died, according to him, he said, because he always appears to his brother, he said the other ghosts were laughing at him.
Wow.
That he died from just a mail truck.
Wow.
So he came back to look for the man that killed him, through the help of his brother.
Okay.
But sometimes he causes commotion in the resort. You drop your bag, he kick it away and all that.
Well, where did you get all these ideas from? Where did this come from?
That's why I'm K-Mike. I create.
Okay. Very creative storylines and thinking, and the response is amazing, especially online. The number of views I'm seeing, I'm like, wow, okay. So I need to understand how this works. So some Nollywood creators create for cinema, some create for TV, that's the TV stations. I'm talking about the African Magics and the Rocks and those like. But then you've created also a lot for YouTube. So talk to us about what makes you make that decision. Where do you place your movies?
I don't just create for one channel, I create for all. Like Unknown Ghost, I have it in French.
Okay.
So it's not just in English.
All right.
Because it's not the kind of story you just create or you just make it for one language.
Okay.
So that's why I have it in French. When we came out, Showcase have it in Showmas, rather have it.
Okay.
Other stations, even Africa, some
So did they approach you or did you approach them with your content?
Of course, you have to approach them.
Okay.
And they liked it. They came.
Okay.
So other people started coming.
Wow.
Even Uche Mbonabo came. I remember when he came to me in Enugu, he collected it by himself and so many others. I'm not just Unknown Ghost. I have the one I titled Akabo again.
Yeah.
That one is also a ghost too.
What is with this ghost?
I don't know. I have maybe because I love mystery.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The one we have two healers. The other one want to come to life.
Okay.
He came through a guy. His brother, who was his enemy when they were alive, wants to come back to life again. He forced himself and entered the same being.
Wow.
His brother is. So now you can imagine me or one person having two spirits living inside me, and sometimes they quarrel, they come out. they fight and they go back to my body again.
Okay, so everything I'm hearing now is classic Nollywood. So I remember Nollywood from home videos.
Yeah.
You know, the VCDs, the the actual VCR tapes, you know, of Nollywood. And these are the kind of stories that were being told then. They were culturally relevant, and people, Nigerians, Africans generally connect with those stories. But you know, a lot of storytellers are veering towards, you know, the Western world type of stories, romance and things like that. So from the two stories you've told me now, I'm hearing ghosts twice. Have you ever been tempted to sort of become a little more Western in your
Yes, The Little Man.
Oh, okay.
The one I have, I produced and I created it. I used Ruth Kadri and Eddie Watson. Hey, I wanted to play this time around, no more ghosts.
Okay.
Love.
Love, eh?
Love. So I went for Eddie and Ruth Kadri and myself. So we made this both romance. It's the latest one, it's not out.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. So you're not going to tell us what's in there yet?
No, this
you
one.
You just have to look. No.
I'm not going to say it, but this one is called The Little Man, but it's love. No ghosts, nobody's pursuing anybody this time around.
So, you know, when you hear big man, you think rich man, right? But when you hear little man, you don't think poor man. You think a man that is physically challenged, right? So, wow. You're the one that did it, not me.
No,
I'm not
the one. I'm not the dwarf. Yeah.
Okay, so now that is also something we saw in Nollywood from the very beginning. There was a lot of, you know, stories around little people, you know. I have to ask you what your next move is going to be. Is it just going to be focused on YouTube, streaming platforms, or do you have any other lofty goals?
No, after that one, I also created, is out, not just out. I created one for cancer, cervical cancer.
Okay.
You know, it's for a particular brand.
Okay.
You know, and it's on cervical cancer. You know, we all believe cervical cancer is all about women and all that. So I created something from it. We have the likes of Mike Ezronye in the movie, and we have Chioma Warha. We shot this one in Asaba, not just Asaba, but anything close to water. You know, I'm not water picking, you know, but you know.
Don't come.
Yeah.
But I'm appreciative of you sharing your in fact your stories with us, and they're all on YouTube. There, that's Mike Mike Nolly TV.
Yeah.
I love the way the page is looking. The number of subscribers is overwhelming to me, and I'm like, wow, why was I not following before? But I am now, trust me.
Thank you.
I am so interested in what's been going on in the kitchen, like your culturally relevant stories. We have some culturally tasty food in the kitchen. MM and Chef Alice have been hard at work. Are you ready for us?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yay. Okay, all right. We'll be heading over to you right now.
Welcome to the kitchen, Kevin Mike.
Yeah.
This is Chef Dunas, and this morning she's made for you Dunas special native rice. Yes, so a lot of love went into that rice, so we'd like you to have a taste. Let us know what you think.
My problem is, I hope I don't finish this thing, because what I'm seeing here, wow.
It's all yours, so please dig in.
More.
Like I said earlier on, she made it with a lot of love, so please enjoy.
Would I fall in love?
Yes, you will. With the food, actually. With the food, so. There's gomo, shaki, cow leg, goat's meat, everything.
Wow. African man.
You know? This reminds me of my mother.
Okay.
Well,
let's get some.
Yeah?
This reminds me of my mother's food, because, you know, I'm seeing stockfish and all that. These days, people don't make things like this again. What we do, you know, you see the Maggi spices everywhere. Food.
A lot of it.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
I hope I don't finish this food, though.
Please, it's all yours. Enjoy it. Well done, Chef Dunas. Well done, well done.
So a big shout out to everyone who was part of the show. Thank you to all our guests. And that's where we wrap up the show. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a great day.